Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. So today we have a lovely knitted scarf and it's going to be super easy just so beginners can join us as well. So we're going to do purl stitches and knit stitches. You can see here I took double the yarn, so I did actually work with 2 yarns as one so that I can get a really nice thickness and size. So yeah, let's get started right away. I'm going to show you what I used and how I did it. Okay, so we have here from Rico Design this creative soft wool, and I'm going to show you the color if you want the exact same one. It's the number 42, and then we have here 100 grams and 300 meters of length, 75% acrylic and 25% wool, 5mm hook or needle. In this case, we're going to be using a little bit bigger one because we're doing it double, so a 9mm knitting needles is what I have here. So yeah, I'm doing it double, so that's why I'm still keeping it a little bit tighter, but I do need almost double the size than what they say here. So let's find the beginning. Okay, here is the beginning thread from the inside, and here from the outside as well. So I'm going to start with both at the same time. This way it makes it super easy because when you end, you're going to basically have one piece that's kind of in a loop. But yeah, I'm going to do 150 centimeters of length. That's my goal for today. And I think we're going to be able to do it with our knitting needles of this size. So yeah, let's get started and then we'll see how far we get and what it looks like. Okay, so I left about 30 to 40 centimeters or about half a yard on the right side, and then I'm gonna start right there with my stitches. Okay, there we go. And let's start making new stitches. I'm gonna do 24 to start with. Try to work as loosely as you can. You're gonna thank yourself later for it. Okay, here are the 24 stitches, and you can see that I switched the needle. It's now in my left hand and I have my working needle in my right hand. So we're gonna get started right away. And yeah, of course, this is how we do knitting. So I know we do mostly crocheting, but I'm gonna show you how you can knit as well. And the differences, the change is of course that we have 2 needles instead of just the 1 hook. So yeah, we're gonna transfer the first stitch onto our working needle. The next one we're going to do a knit stitch, then purl stitch, and then again knit stitch and purl stitch, and just keep changing between those two. It's super easy and it's a really great practice project if you haven't done a whole lot of knitting before. Yeah, it's super easy. It goes very smoothly. As you can see, you can do just one after the other. After a while, of course, you've got to push them onto your working needle a little bit so that you have a bit more room to work with. But apart from that, it's super easy and it runs smoothly and pretty quickly after a couple of stitches. Also, a very cool thing, even though I have the yarn doubled, I can't notice it at all, so it's not being more difficult than it should be. And yeah, the one before last is a purl stitch, and then the last one is always a knit stitch. Yeah, so the edge stitches, the one at the beginning and at the end, are always going to be knit stitches. So let's now switch, and then we're again going to transfer the first one onto our working needle. And then you can always see here on the bottom what you did in the last row, and then you're gonna do the opposite of that. Yeah, so when you see a purl stitch, you're gonna do a knit stitch. When you see a knit stitch, you're gonna do a purl stitch. Okay, so I think you can already see my mistake, but I'm gonna keep going just so I can show you later what it looks like. But yeah, just make sure that you really follow the stitches that you see. yeah, so after you do a couple, you can check and you can always see these little pearls forming on the bottom. So that's actually going to be our first row that we are able to see. But yeah, let me do a couple more and then I'll show you the ending. So now one before last was a knit stitch and the edge stitch is again a knit stitch. So this is the only change that you need to take care of. You basically want to always end with knit stitches regardless of what the one before last or one before that one is. So that way you get a lovely edge at the end and you don't get anything weird going on there. You don't want any waviness on the edges themselves. So yeah, that's how we do that. And then you can get started with your next row and you're always, so just like before, looking at what you have on the bottom and doing the exact opposite of that. So it's again always going to be purl, knit, but just take care how you get started and then from there on it's really easy. Okay, in the meantime, you can see that I'm almost done. So I have 115 centimeters of length for now, and I'm already very satisfied, but you can of course do this for as long as you can or want. So I'm actually gonna finish right here instead of at 150 centimeters. And you can now see this lovely, very neat edge, and that's exactly what we want. And now we can pull this out. If you need to, you can of course shorten as well, but I'm gonna keep it in one piece. Okay, there we go. The needles we don't need anymore, so they can go to the side, and then you can just check if you're satisfied with the look. You can check all of the edges, if they're looking nice, if they're all equally tight, so you don't want any unnecessary tension there, but you also don't want it loose in a different way. So they should all be approximately the same tightness or the same looseness. And yeah, you can see the size as well. You can fold it a little bit and just see how well it works with you. Yeah, the edges are very nice, very neat. And yeah, now all you need to do is weave in this beginning and end basically all in one, and then you're done. Okay, so I decided to do a loop scarf, which is why I'm going to use this ending and beginning to connect, but you also of course don't have to do that if you would like a regular scarf. There we go. I'm just going through both sides, both ends, and I'm doing slip stitches there. Very easy. And that's it. Now that we're done, we're just gonna finish this off by again pulling it out and pulling tight so that everything stays in place. Then we can weave in case we did, or in case you did a loop scarf with me. And then, yeah, from the outside, it's a little bit visible, but I think if you wear it on the back of your head or in the back of your neck, you're actually not gonna be able, nobody's gonna be able to see it and you can hide it really well. But yeah, I'll show you what the scarf looks like. I do have to weave in at the end, but you can still see the structure. You can see how lovely it looks. And yeah, here it is, the whole thing. Lovely texture, lovely color as well, really vibrant, and it's gonna keep you really warm in the upcoming fall and winter. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to shoot a thumbs up if you did. If you'd like to see more, you can of course subscribe to our channel and stay updated with all of our projects. So see you in our next one. Have a great day. Bye!